What was the most memorable aspect about growing up in Texas?
The segregation part of it was kind of rough.
It was segregated. Black people lived on one side of the town and white people lived on another side of the town.
You get used to it. You start thinking about yourself as being not a person that had a lot of value and things of this nature, because you couldn't eat in the restaurants with whites. You couldn't do a lot of these things and drink out of the same water fountain. You couldn't go to the same movie room. You couldn't eat into. You had to eat in the back of a cafe and all this kind of stuff.
As I was going to school, the black schools got all of the leftover books and material and stuff like that. They weren't, good books. Pages was torn out, but we had to do the best that we could.
The curriculum we had was not, top notch, I should say. We didn't have a library. And we got most of the hand-me-down stuff from the white schools. But it wasn't, I wouldn't say it was a good variety of subjects you had to take. I found out later on in life, given the same opportunities, I wasn't so bad, even though I didn't have the education that I desired or had needed, I was able to function when given the opportunity.
The white side had everything that they wanted.
The white side was always nice, and
The black side was good because we didn't know any better.
it wasn't a slum, but it wasn't that nice, that kind of thing. My house didn't have a nice lawn or all that. It had in the back where it would rain and just mud and all this kind of stuff.
We stuck together. Everybody helped each other.
But you get used to that kind of stuff and you survive.
But it just was not the same.
Do you have any specific stories that come to mind when you think about what it was like to be Black in Texas at this time?
It was very prejudiced. Very prejudiced.
You weren't considered, I wouldn't say human would be a bad word to say, but you didn't consider to have any value or anything, or being anything worth anything, you know what I mean? And they would tell us, don't, white kids don't do this or they don't do that and they don't mess around. So y'all be on your best behavior and all this kind of stuff. I was, whoa, my goodness. Hey, wow, man, white people are really smart and they're nice and all this kind of stuff. That's what you be thinking.
When did you leave Texas?
I joined the military in 1961, in September of 61, I think it was.
I left Texas in 1962. 1962. And the reason is I got married.
What differences did you notice between living in Texas versus like other places?
I noticed that you had more liberties in terms of mixing with people. Okay, when I came to California, I could go in the restaurant, in the same restaurants. I could go to the same church. I could go in the same movies.
Here in San Diego and then also in Bremerton, you could just do what you wanted to do and go as you please. And I never heard anyone call me the N-word, but in Texas, that was your middle name. Actually, it was your first name. That's all. That's what they called you. The only thing uh, that I had problems with is when I went to Bremerton, Washington. I went by bus. I was at this bus station, and this white guy, he spit on a napkin and threw it on the ground and told me to pick it up. I was rebellious, so I said, I won't say the word, hell no.
In terms of the people, you run into people that from different countries, and they still had that prejudice. It wasn't like back in Texas here. It was really pronounced.